All right. Welcome back, everybody. Um, we're doing another yapping about yet again. But the difference is this time it is legitimately second monitor content, as you would call it. You know, basically, I was just kind of like, oh, I really like this, and like I kind of want to talk about it, but I'm not really a review person, and I'm also not really like a I'm going to do a giant omega video essay on this, right? Especially this because it was really cool. Planet Earth 3, yeah. Like a good nature documentary. But I did notice like a pattern here. I think I think they're trying to say something about the way the world is, and maybe that like we got to do something about it. I don't know. Maybe just an idea, maybe just an inkling of a thought. But yeah, so basically I just kind of want to generally yap about this a little bit. Um I thought it was really well done. Obviously very well directed. I don't know who they have direct all this shit, but it's kind of crazy to imagine like a dude 500 miles out or whatever because they can't even get too close. Like the coolest thing in regards to that was like they were getting footage of that one animal that was so rare, or like footage of it was so rare that we're like, oh yeah, this is the most we've even seen of like their habitats like with their children and stuff. And I was like, whoa, dude, that's crazy. But what's the main thing I want to say? Oh yeah, we kind of suck. Like that's the biggest thing I kind of noticed throughout this is it was literally like watching the majesty of animals, and then it was like, but the humans come, and I was like, oh yeah, fucking humans. I hate them. I hate 'em. like literally. And I it's so interesting, I guess, too, because like and that was the thing I really did want to mention, is that it's like a slow burn. It's like almost like a slow burn horror film where it's like exactly what we're doing, like how we've fucked over so many animals. I think they literally said it's like um millions upon millions of species have been made extinct. I cannot speak extinct, just through us just existing as we are, right? That's the nature. That's how it always been. That's how it's always been and always will be, right? But yeah, the main thing basically was like it doesn't immediately show you like, oh yeah, these are the effects of it. Like animals are dying because you're eating your cheeseburgers or whatever, even though it's really not that it's not that deliberate, or it's not that simplistic, I guess is a better term. But basically it's just like, how do I even word this? It's you'll see the deforestation effects or the poaching and stuff, and you'll see these things, right? But then at the same time you'll also see just how like much they've had to adapt. I think that was the really interesting thing. Like I oh my God, there's so many fucking moments through the whole thing. It's so funny. I literally pulled up like, oh, I'll pull up the Wikipedia page so I like remember exactly what I'm talking about, because granted it's been like a month. I guess it has actually technically been like a month. For sure, since like I've watched it. And yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff that's like stayed in my head, and then stuff that like I kind of forgot. I was like, oh, what was this? What was that? I don't remember that. I don't remember that. So I might go into like some episode by episode stuff, but what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the fucking monkeys, dude. Like they were literally crossing the freeway or whatever to go to the villages, and they literally were just like, okay, we need to like, well, okay, I won't even get into the other monkey thing, because that shit was cool too. I'll get into that in a second. But I probably should have get some level of control over like this. But it's fine. I'll remember. I will remember. I won't lose this. The monkeys, the monkeys. Yeah, they were going into the villages and were literally like, okay, please, like we need food, like we need bananas from your trees or whatever. Like we need these resources or we die. We will die. But the other shit though was crazy, man, because like I've heard of that before, right? Like I forget exactly where it was. I have the ability, I have the power. I don't know why I'm not using it. Um, but the other monkeys, I guess, or the other like animals in somewhere. Damn it, it doesn't say. Um, basically how they were like taking people's stuff. Like it was literally like taking their shoe or taking their phone or whatever and being like, "Oh yeah, we'll give you back. I'll give you back, buddy, but trade offer. Trade offer right now. And it was like, okay, fine, I'll give you food. Like the one that had been doing it for so long, and Edinburgh was like, yes, this one is very very powerful in how they do it or whatever. And he would like steal the phone and the shoe or something, and then they would give him like the banana and like a chocolate bar, and be like, no, I want that. And then they would give them like their full meal or whatever, and it was just like that. That is so smart, and it's so funny also because it's like I almost want to go just to like experience that, but at the same time though I feel like I would be spending so much money just on like on what do you even call it, on just on snacks and shit. Not even for myself. It's not snacks for me, it's snacks for them. But I think those are the main thing. Oh my god. See, okay, speaking of the slow burn horror stuff, because I'm thinking about it again. The I think it was the elephant, I believe, or something. Which one was? Yes, yeah, elephant mother. Yep, that was brutal. Because like you put so much humanization to them, right? You're just like, oh yeah, it's like this mother elephant and she's got her flock with her or whatever. She's got her kids. So then she literally has to abandon the kid because it's just they can't she can't take care of all of them, right? And it is brutal. And I think that's the biggest thing that this did so well is that it was just honest about like everything. Like just how hard it is to exist. This yeah, that's the thesis. It's hard to exist as an animal. But like legitimately though, like constantly shit happening. And like what's also so interesting, right, is that the whole like predator and prey thing, like the trying to remember which one it was. Forget exactly what it was. It was oh, okay, there you go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the leopard. Yes, yes. I'm pretty sure it was the leopard that like was doing crazy shit, because that's the thing, right? Is it's like you have this understanding or you have like a general understanding of like, oh yeah, like uh big animals like that or whatever, they gotta hunt. They gotta hunt to survive. They gotta do that shit. But it's one thing to like know uh I don't know, like a general understanding of it, and then to actually see like, oh no, they climb in this tree, they're going like 20 feet up in the air, and then they're just gonna jump down and just like that was going back to like the directing, like the way they directed that was crazy. Like, or yeah, this is just gonna be me just saying like, oh, this was cool, but like, yeah, seriously, or the what was it called? It's like the archer fish or something. God, what were they called? Yeah, it was archer fish. Yes. Okay. That was really cool. Like they literally just suck up like the water or whatever, and then they like shoot the water out to hit like little insects or whatever on the branches. And I was like, oh man, that's fucking sick. That's so smart. That's so crazy. That's wild. I've never seen nothing like that before. Okay, I probably should have done this the whole time, just reading over the actual things, because now I'm seeing the flamingos, which that was tragic. I know, and I think that's the interesting thing, right? And why I say like tragic is because the whole thing, right, was like they were trying to nest, but the storms that were technically caused by us, fucking humans, basically mean that like it's very difficult for the it's hard for them to find like dry land, and so like they found that one little dry land area, and then the storm comes in, and then the baby ones get knocked off, and it's like, oh no, the baby flamingo, it's got to get up, it's got to get up. And it's like, yeah, this one that you see makes it up, or like a later bit with like a mother turtle that is trying to get back. I think it's like after releasing its eggs or something like that. Yeah. And it's like, oh no, is it gonna make it? Is it gonna make it? And it's like, okay, cool, it made it, but it's like, and I mean, Edinburgh shows you, they did not all make it. Same thing with the flamingo. Like, it is it's stories, right? And it's kind of this awareness, or at least I always had this awareness of like, oh yeah, like this is like the good one, but like probably 2 meters over is like the ones that didn't make it, right? But I mean, that's kind of like what they did with this a lot, was basically just being like, yes, it's bittersweet. It's the epitome of like a bittersweet kind of thing, right? Because it's like, oh yeah, this is cool, like the forest or whatever. Check out, okay, really good one. The rainforest, and it has like this majestic giant tree, and then they cut it down, and then they show that, oh yeah, they're cutting these trees down and stuff, and I think it was in Australia, they're replacing them with like, what do you even call it, like basically just trees literally just for paper, it's just like it's paper trees. Oh yeah, okay, speaking of like because that tree was well the biggest thing I didn't want to mention too was like the whole thing, right, was the tree was part of like its own ecosystem, right? Like it was literally the existence of the tree connected to everything else that was in the dirt and just all around. So it's like in cutting that, or in the, I think there was controlled burning one of the episodes too, right? It basically is just fucking up like the whole ecosystem. Humans suck, etc., etc. You know how it goes. But where was I? Oh, right. The bugs. So the tree hoppers were crazy. I've never seen that before. Or was it tree hoppers? I think it was the tree hoppers. Yes, tree hoppers. Okay, so obviously I was like, oh shit, I should sample that. That'd actually be pretty neat. Those noises, because it's just so interesting. Like animals with these specific sounds. I wouldn't even call them calling, mating calls, calling sounds, whatever, whistles and stuff. They whistle because, yeah, I think it was the maned wolf, maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure entirely, but it was the wolf basically, that it would literally like whistle, and that was wild. I never seen anything like that before, so that was fucking crazy. Um, yeah, going back to just cool shit in there. Oh man, okay, so the trees in the winter, they had I believe it was the butterflies. Yes, I'm pretty sure it was, yeah, the extremes episode was great. Oh man, they went through so many things in there. Though, yeah, in the Arctic, the wolves, because the wolves basically were like having to do some crazy shit to like corral the oxes, I don't know, the ox to take him down or whatever, right? Because they were smart, so they had to separate them out. Frogs emerged from under the ice. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't remember if it was I think there was monkeys in like the heat. I think was the one I also remember. Yeah, because it was like they needed water. Like her kids literally needed milk, and it's like she couldn't get it because she had to basically fight off, like she had to fight for water. Not for, well, she needed water so she could like make milk. So she literally had to like fight the alpha. That was fucking wild, but that's like dedication right there. Like fight the alpha of the group basically to get to water. But where the okay, where was I? The trees. Okay, so this was North America, I believe. No, this was Mexico. Okay, the butterflies. So basically, it's like in the cold. Obviously, the butterflies can't like the butters can't fly, because of just how cold it is. So they would like huddle onto the trees, and I've never seen that before in my life. It's literally these trees, like every single tree, just covered in what do you even call it? Just like a bark of butterflies. It was like butterfly bark. And it's like I think they described it as basically when they're all there, the bark and their bodies all together kind of creates this slight warmth like inside of it. And I was like, oh shit, that's really smart, to keep them warm throughout the whole time. But when the storms come, it would kind of naturally uh, knock them off. And then that was also an interesting like visual too, right? Because later in the day you just see like the grass covered in dead butterflies from just the ones that fell. You know, I was like, whoa, oh my god. I'm not sure if that was the parrot, but it was the bird. That was honestly really interesting because it was like two birds or something, and it was like they were going to mate, I believe, but the the big thing is well, it's like they were basically preparing for the winter. Oh, it's fucking hilarious because basically they were giving her like mud or something to build in the hole. So it built like a little hole, like a little area. And then there's this small hole that like the guy could give her food, but she was a picky eater. So she would literally be like, "Oh no, I don't want that. No, I don't want this berry. Give me something else." And it was just that, but I was like, oh my god, man, can you imagine like that or kind of funny. I'm thinking about this now, but I think it might have been from something else because I'm this might just turn into nature documentaries in general. Um 'Cause I don't remember exactly if this was in this or this was something else, but it was like the actual process of a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. And I was like, holy shit, I've never even seen that before because they literally like spit out the string or whatever and they just kind of tie it around like they make like a harness for themselves so that they can essentially just like sleep and then actually hibernate, um crystallize. I don't know, so they can like morph, into the actual butterfly. And I was like, oh whoa, what do you know? Um Oh shit, human. Okay, yeah, episode 7 was crazy because it literally starts with the rhino just walking through the streets, and then also has that bit later in. It's kind of funny. I literally was like, oh, I could do this and I could go through it, but I'm even jumping around the episode. But I'm jumping around the episode because this connects because the bear fucking went into the gas station. This is what I mean about we suck. That we're to a point now, we've got them to a point now where a bear has to go into a fucking 7-Eleven. My favorite number is 7. 7-Eleven. Like go into a gas station. But it was also pretty funny too, the way that like bears in there chilling, just looking for food and stuff, and then a person just walks in and like, I mean, I do the same shit. I laugh because I would, and just immediately goes, "Whoop," and runs away, runs out. Also a good bit of the bear in Lake Tahoe walking in front of like a Black Bear diner or like some kind of like place, right? And literally walks in front of it and it has like a bear on it. And it's like, okay, the double bear, I see what you're doing here, is pretty clean. Um Frog mouth. Oh, yeah, that was crazy. So the Australian bird or whatever, the frogmouth, which like I don't know if later me will remember to pop a picture here because they they look wild. They look very wild, honestly, looking at frog mouths. But basically, like literally, its kids were just chilling in this little area, like by like a backyard, and then a cat, just a straight up cat, was just like, "Oh yeah, I'm coming over." I'm coming over there, and was climbing its way over and was like gonna make it. and so it had to fucking fly away. And Attenborough, or whatever, was like, the frogmouth must find a safe location, or it will be very dangerous, or whatever. And I'm like, God damn, do it, man! You gotta get out of there. You gotta get out of there. Um, actually, extremely off topic, but it's kind of funny to see the numbers of viewers. It goes down. It's like 7 million in the beginning, and then on that last episode, it's only 4 million, which sucks because like the that last one was really damn good. Oh yeah, Heroes was yeah, that was a damn good one. That last one, because like it goes into so many things. It's kind of funny. I wanted to mention the what was it? It was the what the hell is it? Oh, the Indus River dolphin. Okay, never mind. That was in four. Okay, that's how the fuck did I mix that up? That's weird. But yeah, that was a majestic sequence. Basically the people saving that dolphin from the canal because it got stranded and got like stuck in there or whatever, and it's just great. Like seeing all these people just like wrapping it up and then holding it, and then they take it over to the actual water, and then they let it go or whatever. Like there's a movie, it's kind of funny, I'm blanking on what it was, that I saw recently, that had like it was a whale, not a dolphin, but they had someone save like a beached animal, and I was like, that is such like a majestic communal experience. Like that is like it's a certain level of like good Samaritan, but also a certain level of like, I don't even know how you call it, like mindfulness with the world or something. It's like, yeah, I did it. I saved a fucking whale. I saved a dolphin. But it's also something that I don't think, if I did it, I don't think I would brag about it. I don't. No, I legitimately do. I don't think I would be like, yeah, I saved a dolphin. It would just be like something that's for me. That's my own personal like victory, and I'm just like, yeah, it's fucking sick, man. Oh, okay. I didn't know that's what it was called. It's also in four. I'm so happy I scrolled back over to this. Um, the Livingston's Chichelid, I guess, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure they said it was called the zombie fish, or the dead fish or whatever. And it's fucking sick because it's literally, it was just like, I'm going to pretend to be dead, and I was like, oh, that's really clever. Like it had like a discoloration to it, and basically it looked like it was a dead fish, so it would get them close, and it was great because he was really struggling. It was like, oh man, is he gonna get it? Is he gonna get it? Oh man, he still didn't get it. Okay, I believe in him. I believe in him. I gotta believe, and he does, and he does it, and it's like, yeah, buddy, yeah, you do it. Speaking of like the oh my god, they made it type stuff, I think it was in the first one, maybe there was like I believe it was a crab. I'm pretty sure. Where was it? Yeah, the Columbus crab. Yes, that was cool, basically, because it was just, see, there you go, more humans suck. I completely forgot. It was basically stuck on like plastic rings and stuff. Which, okay, this is something. So talk in the comments below. But like it about, do you make, oh my god, what was it called? Like a plastic brick or something, or yeah, what was it called? What was it called? There's a term for this. What was it called? It was like, you. So I'm blanking on the name, but basically you grab all of your like plastic detritus, if you will, and you put it into a bigger thing of plastic, and then it's like, oh, you just throw that away, and it's like, oh, that's safer, for like pollution and stuff. Eco brick, is that what it was? Yeah, I think it is an eco brick. Yep, exactly. Yeah, that actually is kind of like a smart idea. Basically, you get all like your garbage and things, like your small plastic stuff, and you just kind of put it in there, your bags, everything, and then you just kind of um. Oh wow, there's a little infographic on how to do it the right way. Yeah, I'll probably pop that here. More than likely for those curious. But yeah, basically that crab, I'm back. I remembered was floating in the plastic until eventually it got caught up on like a turtle, and does the whole like symbiotic relationship. It's like, oh yeah, I'll eat the bacterias and stuff that's on you to survive. And then it's like, what do you know? This is the male and there's a female crab on the fucking thing. Bada boom, bada bam. You know, it's nice. It's nice. It's clean. It's good. It's good to know. You know, it's good shit. And there's a lot of those stories, right? And that's I think the biggest thing that they do so well is the oh man, are they gonna make it? Are they gonna make it? How would they make it? You know, and then they do, and it's like, oh my god, man. But last episode, I want to get back to this. What did I want to say? I mean, there's so much in here, you know, like the oh my god, the fucking sting operation on how they get poachers was kind of crazy because I didn't even think about how you like catch poachers and stuff and how you really could do like some legitimate spy mission stuff which like they literally did, you know, like this girl went in and basically was like faking being like interested in buying what do you call like elephant ivory or like um I guess just general like animal ivory. Like I think it's right. It might be rhinos. It was just like ivory, right? And oh man, it's so fucked up. Where it was literally just like, oh, they have the tusks, and it's like the the smaller tusks came from literal babies. You know, it's like, oh fucking Christ. So I was so happy when like they got them, but that was tense. That was like it stopped being about like planet Earth and stuff, and just turned into like just a tense. Uh, I don't even know what you call it, like documentary on internal affair type shit or whatever, you know, like, oh man, I've been in so long, I don't know who I am anymore and shit, you know, it was great. Um, Intense. Also, that kind of reminds me, like, the way it shows people is always so interesting because in the beginning, like, because obviously it's mainly English audience watching. So even when it is actual people speaking, it's not in English. So you're gonna be like, what are they saying? And there's no subtitles. There's really not a lot of times where it is expressly showing people, especially showing their faces and having them like say talk to the camera. Aside from obviously like the Indus River dolphin shit, and then I think later or maybe before that, um, they go into oh wait no it is later yes it's the scientist dude and his wife which was so funny because the scientist dude was like yeah I've been working for so long to like find these toads and these frogs and basically like help them not go extinct and then the wife is like I mean I'm cool with it I don't love being out in the wilderness sometimes, you know, for hours at a time while my husband looks for frogs, but I mean I can deal. I can hang. I can hang with the frogs. And I was like, you know what, that probably would be me, you know, as a if my partner was like, "Hey, we're doing it. We're going out this week to go out there and we're going to find it. We're going to find the that's what it was, Santiago. So I didn't know it was the Morona Santiago stubfoot toad. I might post picture here. I don't know, but basically, it's so funny. I'm literally just making like work for myself, but it's important work because visual aid is important even when you're not actually watching. Yeah, I'm talking to yeah, I'm talking to you that's listening to this right now. You know, because even though I literally did say like in the beginning, just listen, just listen. You don't need to fucking see this shit. But yeah, Santiago was the toad, and basically it was like sad Santiago because he had no mate. He was mateless, and then they found him one, and then he was savvy Santiago. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, the bald ibis was great. It's kind of funny because there's this game I wanted to pick up and I might stream it. It's kind of interesting. Like I planned to do a stream highlight thing I think before this, but things don't always work out as you plan. So this is coming out. So I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that now because now it's known that like oh shit no the surprise is ruined that there's gonna be a stream highlights video which there may be but anyway the ibis so there's this game ibis am I haven't bought it yet but I was like oh this looks interesting and I don't know what that name means you know turns out it's ibis ibis bird It's an ibis burb, and that's what it is about. But it was really cool because basically in the episode, I mean, the chicks, they would grab the chicks, right, and then they would basically pretend to be their mothers. Like it was these women, and it was like the first thing they see in the morning and the last thing they see at night is these people. And they would literally, like, the other thing is they would have their finger, so they have like their pointer finger out and like up, and it was so fun because it was like a specific call that the mothers would do to the children, and it was like, I can't do it very well. I can't do it very well, but you do like the call, and then um you would like teach them to do the things, right? And then they get out there, and it's, oh man, it's great when they're literally out there in the air, like on like a plane, like on like a tiny little like plane, like one of those ones with the a fan on the back and like just the little wings at the top. I don't know if I'm describing, like the Far Cry 4 helicopter, almost, kind of, sort of like you're that close, like you're locked in, but it's very open, and it makes sense that it's open because they have to fly in front of them, but they can't fly too fast or too slow, and then they got to look back and go like whap, whap. But then also there's like a call, and it's like, come bird, come bird, or something like that, and then they would like follow, and then they basically get them out, and then they're gonna get them to like a nature preserve, and I'm like, oh man, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. um and then the last thing, this was crazy to me, and I think I'll close off with this unless I suddenly have another thing that I'm suddenly like, why did I mention this? But I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. But I guess it's because I'm already on the last episode because I didn't go in order. I went in some semblance of order, but not enough. These people, right, that were doing like protest, right, and it was kind of interesting because it was like basically them talking about the culture and like these things, and then they would go to the protest. This isn't the section I was thinking of. This was interesting, obviously, because it was basically like all these people from like different tribes. I think was what I thought was interesting. They're all obviously united in the fight, or from my understanding, like different, just generally different areas. And like she was doing the I guess you would say like the traditional like makeup, face paint, essentially. And then we're going there with like all the other people, right, and just protesting, like basically right at their doors. And it was honestly lovely. The music that they were playing, the songs they were singing, and everything, and just seeing all those people out and about. But this is the real thing. This is the real thing that I was like, holy shit, this is crazy. So there's this dude, yeah, formal. I mean, he is the formal president, but the former president of the Maldives, I do not remember his name. Damn it. Literally had been like attempted murders attempted on his life just for trying to do something about like climate change, right? For literally just being like, hey, you must do something about this. We need to. There was something specific that he was protesting in that last episode, but yeah, it was literally like fighting so hard to get even just a little bit of like a monochrome of control over this kind of stuff, and just like, no, we're not gonna do that. The best we'll give you is like just a little inkling of help, right? And then it's honestly a pretty good ending because it kind of shows like this is where it really starts, like in that political sphere, right? And kind of like what can be done. But let me do one more once over because I'm already, oh my god, I'm already almost like 40 minutes. This is a true yapping. Oh, the big tree. So the big tree that was cut down was a kapak tree. It looks like yeah, exactly. Eucalyptus. That's what it was. Eucalyptus monocultures. So it was like eucalyptus trees and like big, 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 like swarms. Yeah, swarms of trees are in the air. Big, big masses of trees, right? And they were just cutting down the giant tree to do that. Um, oh, there was a spirit bear. That was lovely. This was all episode 5. It was a white bear. It was like an albino bear. And It was like one of the last. I think there's like maybe 100 or possibly even like less in the world or something. I was wrong about the thing. Okay, it was in five, but it's Doles. So the Dole, I'm not sure entirely what it is. If it's like a, I guess it would just be like kind of like closer to a wolf. But yeah, they whistle. They literally whistle, and I was like, holy shit! I've never seen that before in my life. Like it's also so interesting, right? Because it's like obviously this very powerful, like terrifying animal, but it just does like a whistle. So I can easily imagine, like now that I know what it sounds like being in the woods, if for some reason I'm in um that area in India. Yeah, I was in India. And I just hear like the whistle and I'm like, oh God, I need to run. Because it's like if you hear it that clearly, it's like you're not doing great. It's dangerous. It's very dangerous. Um, Assassin bug. I don't remember that in exchange for honeydew. Oh, okay. I vaguely do. There was some bird, and basically, or some bird bug bee. There's some like bug or whatever, and it was being attacked, and they would like protect they were protecting some bug, and I guess basically what happened was it was like the reason why was because when they protect it and they like rub the back of it, this was interesting. It released honeydew, I guess. Yeah, exactly. Oh, was it the ants? I'm not sure if it was the ants. It was some bug, but it was interesting, right? Because they would rub it, and then when they would rub the back of the bug, it was tree hoppers. Oh my god, it was the tree hoppers. Yeah, they rolled the back of the tree hoppers and it would basically make sugar. And then the bees were like, "Oh shit, sugar! Bada boom! Nice, nice." Yeah, it's coming. It's all coming back. It's all coming back. In time, in due time. Oh man, I completely forgot the gobies. The gobies were crazy. Those fish would literally basically it was like the equivalent of a human trying to climb, I think it was like Mount Everest or something, just with like just their hands, essentially like climb the scale up. Or maybe it was some like waterfall basically, and they were like it's the equivalent of climbing like this thing, right? And it was just these fish, the gobies, that just do it, 30-meter waterfall, because the women are at the front, and they want to breed or whatever, the need to breed, I think was what they describe it as, right? And it's like, oh shit, are they gonna make it, are they gonna make it? And it's like, again, so many of them fall, but then it's like they actually make it up, and it's literally like they were like sucking, like they would suck themselves like to the side of the waterfall, and they're just getting hit with all this water, and then they're just kind of climbing up and then sucking and sucking and blowing. I don't know. They were like doing something basically to like essentially attach themselves and get out of there, right? It was damn intense. I've never really, again, it's nature documentaries, right? You never see this shit, and then all of a sudden you see this shit, and you're like, whoa, man. Oh, there was a cool bit. I forget exactly which one it was in, where it was basically it was like, well, I think cool isn't exactly the right word, but it's interesting basically to see where it was like the um the animals, I believe it was the elephants or something, were eating the crops, and they kind of needed them to like get away or whatever, right? And so basically they would, to basically do it like safely and without like actually harming them too much, they were throwing firecrackers. And I was like, oh, I don't love that, but I completely understand. And again, it goes back to the whole like the changing of coexistence, right? Because it's like, how do they do that? Okay, well they're literally eating the humans' crops to survive, but then at the same time, obviously humans get to fight back, right? Be like, hey yo, what the fuck are you doing? And they're throwing the firecrackers to get them away. Oh, the angel sharks were crazy, yeah, because they were literally just on the ground, like basically you couldn't even see them, like from just about any angle, I swear. And then they would just whoom, and they just pop up. That was wild, especially because it's like you could literally just step on it and you wouldn't even really like notice because of how well they blend in. Oh yeah, there was a bit where it was like I think it was in the second one maybe, but it was basically the sharks. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the sharks fighting like the seals, essentially. And basically, it was literally like they would just fight them through like overwhelming odds, just like basically get them to kind of split up. And then when the shark would get close, they would just like basically just hit them with like all of them at once and just overwhelm them. Like, oh shit, okay, we'll come back, you know. Yeah, okay, it was the first episode. And yeah, it was seals and great white sharks. That was wild. It's also interesting. No, it says similar to an episode in Planet Earth 1, where I guess it was the opposite, where the shark ends up taking out the seal. Um, oh, I completely forgot the garter snake. They literally gave the fucking snake like a James Bond theme. That was I've never. I feel like I'm just gonna keep fucking saying this, but I've never heard that before. That was I've never seen that before, like the garter snake. And yeah, it would literally like go. There was one, I think it was that, where it would go into the water. Like literally, it was like okay, yeah, I think it was the garter snake. Would just go under the water and it would just go in for a little bit, get its food, and then get out. So it's so funny because it's like obviously they do it for survival, but I can easily imagine like a snake just being like, damn man, I'm hungry for seafood. Be like, fuck it, let me just go down and just get some fish. Nice, nice. No, I think that's everything. That was cool. That I was just like, oh, I want to mention this. I just want to talk about this. So, yeah, this will probably end up being the new format for these. So they'll inevitably be like longer background stuff like this. Holy shit, 45 minutes. I don't know if I'm gonna drop this down. I might just literally leave it as is. We'll see. We shall see. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. And I guess I could give a small update. Like expect more stuff. Obviously, whatever I want to create. I have ideas. I do certainly always have ideas. I have many ideas. I'm full of ideas. But I'm not gonna promise anything indirectly, you know. The video essay was fun. I'm definitely going to do like something in that sphere again for sure. I don't know exactly when because again, ideas, ideas, ideas. But I think I might do some more of these. I'll be honest, I have other things in my phone, movies, shows, etc., that I could kind of talk about that I'm like, I don't know about a full video essay, and I also don't know about just like, I mean, I guess I could talk about them on stream, but like, I think this is a good middle ground. Just focus on kind of a thing and just yap about it, yap about this in general. So, yeah, thanks all for stopping in. If you liked it, you liked it. If you didn't, you're not hearing this right now. And catch y'all in the next one.